Hello. In this screencast, we're going to talk about how to downgrade the severity of individual components by configuring your policies in Nexus IQ. In this application report, we see a component which violates our security high policy with a severity of 9. We are using the latest version and there is no non-vulnerable version of this component. Looking at the information that Sonatype provides about this component, we quickly learn that this component is only used during the build time of the application. This is still important information to know, but because this application is not going to production, lowering the severity of the issue is a better option than waving it away and having it go away from the report. We still want to see it in the report, but we don't want it to have the same threat level as something that's going into production. So how do we do that? The first step is to add a label in the Policies tab that will indicate that a component is not part of the production application. Next, we edit Security High Policy. We edit the constraint and add a condition to exclude any components with the Not in Production label. This ensures that any component that has the correct CVSS score but doesn't have the label will still trigger this policy. Next, we create a new policy with very similar constraints as the original policy, but with a lower threat level. And this time we will capture any components that have the new label. The first conditions we add are the same CVSS range as the security high policy, ensuring the same level of vulnerability will still match against this policy. The last condition ensures that we match against the new label we created. So this policy will match any component that has the same CVSS as the original security high policy, but has been labeled. Now that our policies are properly configured, we can go back to our application report and add the new label to the component that we want to downgrade and re-evaluate that report. Once IQ completes re-evaluating this report against our updated policies, we see that our component now has a lower threat level as we expected. Moving forward, any other build time dependency that has been identified to be vulnerable can be downgraded in severity as needed by just applying the new label to the component and re-evaluating. Furthermore, any future evaluations of a component which has been labeled will result in the correct downgraded policy being applied in all subsequent scan reports. I hope this has been helpful. Please go to my.sonatype.com for more guides and documentation. That's my.sonatype.com.